Alright, hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Thronebreaker, Witcher Tales. If you're wondering why it says Wanderbot in the top left orange and doesn't quite match other people who have played this game, don't worry about it. Anyway, so, new game. I'm only going to be playing single player, and enjoy the battle with the option to skip battles. That's interesting. Moderate challenge and impactful story. And players familiar with Gwent and ready to put their skills to the test. I have never played Gwent before. I think I tried the tutorial in Witcher 3, and then went off to go fight monsters instead. Battle hardened.
Hey, come on. Get them shackles off him. Poor son can't eat proper.
Dunno, not sure I like that. What if he runs for it? He's worth a heap of coin.
Ah, bollocks. Been all in him a week, hasn't tried a thing. What are you up and bolt now? Matter of fact, got to thinking. What did a sweet, gentle chap like him do to get the Queen of Zerrikania so riled?
She's a shrew, that's what. Queen and witch in one. Worst of both worlds.
Enough about her. What do you say to one more of your tales? While we toss down some cards.
Ah, why not? And since you mentioned one queen... The year 1267. War hung in the air, its scent palpable. The mighty empire of Nilfgaard stood poised, greedily eyeing the northern realms just across the Yaruga. In light of the threat, the realm's sovereigns met in summit. They made declarations, pledged fraternal assistance, forged alliances, and then, in good spirits, dispersed. Among them, Meve, Queen of the Twin Realms Lyria and Rivia. Know the name? Heard her beauty extolled? Justly so. Remarkable she was. Not for her graceful exterior, but for her persistence and courage. Where was I? As the Queen and her retinue neared her capital, Count Caldwell appeared. In Meve's absence, the Count was to have helped her son, the youthful Prince Willem, run the Twin Kingdoms. Caldwell had clearly ridden hard. Drops of perspiration dangled from his whiskers, his neck red and chafed from a ruff, starched stiff.
Hail, Your Majesty! Delighted to see you in good health. The summit, it ended fruitfully, I hope?
Yes, at its end, letters were exchanged, documents signed. Paper. Time will tell of what value. That will suffice as cordialities go, Caldwell. Tell me what's happened, for I sincerely doubt sheer longing prompted you to ride out.
Indeed, Your Grace. Another circumstance inspired me to do so. The strays of Sparla, the bandits, I was to tend to during Your Grace's absence. The situation's gotten out of hand, I fear.
Settle down, Caldwell. Or do I even have to say this?
Steady, Caldwell.
Nope.
Come now. Deep breath. All right. Speak. What has happened? Be precise.
As Your Grace ordained, I set out and was nipping at the bandits' tails for long. We pursued for weeks, until scouts returned, having sighted the strays' camp in the forest near Lokeren. We waited for nightfall to surprise them as they slept. Alas, it proved a ruse. We found the tents empty, straw-stuffed dummies round the fire. Soon, we learned that as we waited for the sunset, the strays had snuck away, rounded our positions and ridden to Hawksburn.
I beg your pardon, my lord. The tax collectors. That is where they station.
So the gold? All of it?
It's stolen, Your Grace, but I shall do all in my power to recover it. This I vow, if it be Your Grace's wish.
After weeks in the saddle, Your Grace's wishes are modest. A hot bath and a night's sleep in her own bed. Yet, they shall have to wait. I must look personally to this matter. Your force, Caldwell, I will now command. You Send a herald to Hawksburn. They must prepare for the Queen's arrival. Air the rooms, dust off the porcelain. Make certain they do it. Do you see now, Reynard? I believe I foretold it would be thus. My son wasn't ready in the least to rule an entire country.
I confess, Prince Willem has much to learn yet.
Yes. And very little time.
Okay, welcome to the Thronebreaker tutorial. Before embarking on your adventure, you should get acquainted with the basic game mechanics. You can control your character with the left mouse. Follow the cobblestones to reach the next stage of your journey. Interesting. I like this visual style, actually. It's very storybooky, which looks nice. Reminds me of Battle Chasers Overworld story, actually. You'll expand your army throughout the game, but to do so, you must collect the following types of resources: gold, wood, and recruits. Along the road, you can find useful items and even new companions who will support you in battle. If you don't want to miss anything, be sure to thoroughly explore the map and complete side quests. Okay.
Thought it were bandits riding in.
I'll just wander around grabbing things. Yeah, like I said, I've never played Gwent before. I played a little bit of Witcher 3, but I never got too far in it. I should have. I would have liked to. Long games are long, and it makes it kind of difficult. But I always wanted to get into it. I love the idea of single-player card games where you don't have to pay ridiculous sums of money just to get all the cards. And so this might actually be really fun. Let's see. I want to talk to these people. There we go.
They stretched her over a fire till she told them where she buried her gold. Rather die than tell him she would. But I know where she kept it. Sit tight. Sketch it out for you.
Congrats. You found a treasure map. Search the area and you may just find the secret location marked on the map with an X.
The strays, they're called, Your Majesty. Because they bite something nasty and bay as if by the moon possessed. The strays, they're called, Your Majesty.
Okay, so we've...
Thought it were bandits riding in.
Okay, so that just gets me some recruits. Interesting. I really like the visual style. Obviously, there's the lip sync's going to be kind of funky, but that's just a side effect of the art style. It's so hard to get lip syncing done with like really heavy hand-painted textures. An obstacle blocks your path. To remove it, you'll need to spend some of your resources. Okay. Have the loggers sort out the matter. Our soldiers should conserve their strength. Or put them to work. Let's go for this, maybe? Your Majesty, it seems someone's felled an old oak, which now blocks the road. Unfortunately, our wagons cannot go around. How do you wish to proceed? Loggers sort it out. Is there any... Yes, there's stuff down here. Secret treasure! Oh! That was the treasure chest-ish. Okay, congrats. You've discovered a card that can be used in the Gwent multiplayer card game, Reynard Dodo. Oh, that's interesting. So there's crossover between this. This is how you unlock cards for the multiplayer. Interesting. Okay, so it looks like they've hid my name. So yeah, let's get rid of the overlay. I'm sorry about that. I just like, if I'm on the main menu, it has my real name, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I'll have to get that fixed for next time, but I wanted to hide that for now at least. Anyway, most interactive objects are marked clearly on your map, but not all. Some events cannot be predicted, so you best be prepared for
Count
anything.
Caldwell rode at the column's head, scanning its flanks with a wary eye that, despite his advanced age, proved very sharp indeed.
Your Majesty! Bandits! There! At the tree line!
The Count's footmen, unaccustomed to escorting their queen, sought to shield her with their bodies and assumed a tight formation to do so. They were promptly knocked aside as Meve charged headlong at the bandits, brandishing her blade and bellowing a ferocious cry.
Attack! Charge!
Meve was convinced the bandits would flee to cover the forest upon realizing their grave mistake. After all, no ordinary bandit would dare attack the retinue of a queen. Yet, the strays of Spala were a different breed. They held nothing sacred. Okay, story battle. Custom deck. So, key battle in Meve's story, unique cards may appear in your hand or deck. Cool. Well, I'm digging this. Oh! Oh, this looks nice, too. So this is the battlefield. You'll play your cards on the bottom half, and your opponent will play on the top. Units can be played on one of two rows, melee or range, but remember, the abilities of some cards may be different depending on the row that you put them in. A standard battle can last up to 3 rounds. The first to win 2 rounds wins the whole match. Players alternate their turns. During your turn, you can play only one card, but you can use any number of abilities. The player who goes first in a match is the same who initiated the battle. In this case, you encountered an ambush, so your opponent will have the first turn.
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
To attack the Queen? An outrage!
Okay, the strength of each unit you play adds to your army's total strength. The player whose army has the most strength points at the end of the round will win the round. Some units have armor. Armor absorbs a certain amount of damage dealt to the unit.
Your Grace, the men await. You must lead to begin the attack.
Okay. Most cards have an ability of some kind. To learn more about it, select the card and read its short description. Additional information will appear if you right-click on the card. Okay, deploy. Move 1 unit to a row opposite this unit and damage them by 1. Okay. What is this, Reynard? Bandits attacking royal tax collectors in broad daylight. I love the fact that they credit the illustrators below the art like that. That's cool. So damage an enemy by the number of cards on this row, reach 2. Boost self by 5. What's boost? I have no idea. And Count Caldwell. Copy of each adjacent unit from your deck. Oh, I see. We're gonna play.
What?
No!
The strays took tail and run!
I thought I had selected the Arbalist. Whatever. I mean, it's fine. This is the tutorial fight. I'll learn it better. Whenever an enemy takes damage, boost self by 1. Okay, so we can shoot this guy for 2 damage. Each leader has their own unique ability. To learn what it is, select the leader. Meve's ability allows her to boost a unit's strength by 4 and add 1 armor point to it. She can use this ability once every few turns. To use Meve's ability, first select her, then select one of your units. Cooldown 3. Well, he's already got 3 armor, so I guess let's give it to Caldwell.
I shall teach you to respect the crown, you dogs!
Okay.
Look out! Seek cover! We are bombarded!
Yep, so another slinger has abilities. Got it. Yeah, so it'll hurt me. Maybe, maybe not.
My spirit's willing.
Salt of the earth, they are, Your Grace. They'd follow you into fire. You need...
Oops. Sorry. Loyal ability. This means that their other abilities are activated every time you use Meve's ability.
Yes! Our victory is assured! Sound the horns! May they sing praises of this triumph for ages!
Okay, that's cool. So when you've played all your cards, the end turn button will turn into a pass button. When you pass, you'll not be able to perform any actions until the start of your next turn. Okay, so we want to pass. Oh, and I have to hold it in. Okay, player whose army has the most strength points at the end of the round, win the round. In the event of a tie, both players will receive a victory.
Battle's not yet done. It is better to conserve our strength. Prepare for a strike that will prove decisive.
Okay, at the beginning of the second and third rounds, each player draws 3 cards from their deck.
Battle formation! Protect the Queen!
Okay, player who won the previous round will play the first in the next. Okay. So let's put him
A time to
down.
reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
So yeah, we want to get the...
They hide well.
We want to get the Lyrian
Aye.
Scytheman up. And let's buff this guy, which should buff both of them. Alright, so the Scytheman just became hella strong as a result of that. That's cool.
give me a time.
Let's make him weak. This is interesting. I'm not used to this kind of gameplay. I'm used to the standard Magic the Gathering style, but this actually seems both simpler and interesting. So we've won 2 rounds in a row, which means we are the battle's victor. Congrats.
I congratulate you on your latest victory, Your Grace. The bandits stood not a chance.
How's the audio balance for people? I know some of the music gets a little loud. But, oh, and that's
Matters
gone.
seem indeed to have gotten out of hand, to put it mildly.
Meve said, arms crossed atop her shining breastplate.
They've grown bold. Doubtless after the raid on the manor, the tax collectors. I've not heard of an ambush on the high road afore.
Caldwell explained, avoiding his liege's wrathful gaze.
Enough, Caldwell. We must put things right. Come!
The Queen's retinue set out, cavalry in front, infantry and arbalists close behind, and, following in the rear, the bandits, bound in chains.
Okay, so everything's just a bit loud. Let's fix that. Where's the... No. Sound effects are probably fine, actually. And we don't want to mute anything. Play all. Graphics. Premium cards, resolution, and everything is good. Oh, good. So you can change the, your difficulty at any point in the game. That's appreciated. I hate it when games lock you in, even though, like, I don't need to worry about it that much here. Can I press, like, Alt or Tab or Control or anything? Nope. Alright. Seems like the areas, at least at this point, are fairly linear. Oh! And we can loot the bodies for extra resources after the fact. That's neat.
I do adore this prospect.
Yes. Lyria, the Pearl of the North. With its hills and dales. Why, its beauty matched only by that of its queen.
After 3 weeks in the saddle, I've my doubts, Count. We shall pitch camp here. Our soldiers need respite. A spell of it they deserve.
Okay, to survey your army, you must first pitch camp. Pitch camp by pressing the tent button on the left side of the screen. Alright. Camp buildings allow you to expand your army and give you access to important information. Most camp buildings can be improved in your workshop. These improvements will give you access to stronger units, thus easing your journey down the line. Enter the workshop. Is that a workshop? Okay, you can build and improve camp buildings. To improve your camp buildings, you must first collect an approximate quantity of gold and wood. For your journey, you'll definitely need access to a regional map, but to get it, you'll need to improve your royal tent. Okay, so royal tent up to level 2. Pricey, we can do it. Okay, thanks to this improvement, you now have access to the regional map, which you can open from the main menu screen. The workshop itself can also be improved. With each subsequent improvement, you'll gain access to new, stronger units. Go to the command tent to... This one? Or this one? Command tent. Okay. You can create units and build your army from available cards. Improving this building will increase your army's recruit cap, allowing you to use stronger units. The cards currently in your deck are displayed on the left-hand side. All cards available for you to create and place in your deck are displayed on the main screen. You can gain access to new cards by upgrading your training grounds and workshop, as well as through certain story-related tasks. Grayed out cards are available, but have not yet been created. You must first create them before you can include them in your deck. Your deck must contain a minimum of 25 cards, while not exceeding an army's recruit cap. Currently, your recruit cap sits at 125. To create new cards, you need a particular resource, recruits. You can gain recruits at conscription posts, which are marked on the map with a helmet icon, as well as through certain story-related tasks. We've received additional resources to craft a Wagenberg card. Wagenberg? Craft one now. Okay, which one is Wagenberg? We'll look at these guys. Okay, machine field support. Damage all units on an enemy row by the unit's armor amount, then lose all armor. Gain 1 armor whenever a card appears on this row. Interesting. Okay. Hey, walls on wheels. They stole my idea. So effectively wagon archers. Funny. Add them to our deck. How do we... Okay, so we just click on it. You can now view and create cards or return to the main game and continue your journey. Okay, Field Medic. Random ally from your graveyard. Summon all copies of this unit. How many pikemen do we have? We've got a couple Rivian pikemen, and we are currently at our maximum cap on both. So not much I can do, at least for a little while. We gotta upgrade things. You can now take a look at your other camp buildings to familiarize yourself with their functions, or you can return to the main game and continue your journey. Okay, so what's this? In the Royal Tent, you can view letters and maps you've received so far, as well as keys and card fragments. The Royal Tent screen can also be accessed from the main game screen by pressing the knapsack icon. So letters. Royal Steward's Letter. Your Highness, artisans from Radobor have prepared a new tapestry pattern for the throne room. I've included an engraving of the design. You will be pleased with it, I hope. A Cintrian lion, inherited from King Karam I. Bared fangs offer stunning realism, and the ancestral sword of the Delens of Temeria appears as if forged by the very depths of Mahakam. I have no doubt it shall provide the castle's latest masterpiece. Or prove the castle's latest masterpiece. We eagerly await your return, my lady. Gustave Perrault, Royal Steward. Letter from King Demavend. Dear Meve, you have my gratitude for attending the summit. What luck we did not put off meeting any longer. From what my men say, armies on the march are kicking up a veritable dust storm across Yaruga. Come what may, but remember, you have my full and unconditional support. Best wishes, Demavend. Reports. Nilfgaardian movements. Noted increased Nilfgaardian activity in the foothills of Amel Mountain near Reedbrun. Ambassador claims routine training exercises, number of troops, quality of equipment indicate otherwise. Recommend strengthening border forces and tripling patrols along Yaruga. Strays of Spala. Bandit group formed after a revolt in the dungeons of Spala Castle. Mainly pickpockets, racketeers, cutpurses, and assassins, armed with slings, daggers, instruments of torture stolen from Spala. Headsman's axes, saws, hammers, clever and bolder than most common bandits. Attack heavily armed convoys, noblemen's mansions, unable to determine identity of group's leader. Okay, we don't have anything else. What are you? You can talk with your companions in the mess tent. Give them a bit of your time and you may learn a secret or two.
A bit of respite, Reynard?
Yes. But if you've any new orders, Your Grace, I can be ready at any...
At ease, Reynard. At ease. Alas, I've come to fear Willem might simply not be cut out to be a king, let alone a good one.
A harsh judgment, Your Grace. Let's not be hasty. The prince is but 16 summers to him.
And is thus fully grown. The crown he should be able to bear at his age. Yet I left the land in his care for but a few months, and look what's become of it. Bandits roam and loot unchecked.
We might yet learn of mitigating circumstances. Events beyond his control.
Would that it were so, Reynard. Would that it were so. Elsewise we must hope Ansaeus will demonstrate more wit than his brother. Though I see little chance of that either. Don't you find it wearisome sitting alone? Wouldn't you prefer another's company? Swapping tales with the innkeep, even?
Your concern I most appreciate, Your Grace. But I prefer silence.
Has it always been thus with you? Ever a man apart?
Quite the contrary, Your Grace. As a youth, I gloried in company. Delighted in conversation.
So what was it that changed you?
That delight nearly cost me my head. But do you truly not know the tale, milady? How I came to be your departed husband's aide?
I don't, but would gladly hear it.
I had but 20 winters behind me when I enlisted. Yet I was granted the rank of lieutenant from the start, not by merit, but by birth. The respect of veteran officers, both my peers and seniors, that they could not grant. Nor did I deserve it. To earn that respect became my driving aim, and to seem wise beyond my years, I began spouting off about the king's decisions. This maneuver Reginald botched, that he failed to think through, and yet elsewhere he'd blundered like a schoolboy.
For Reginald to err was unheard of or doomed to end badly, I dare say.
Talk of that nature could only ever result in misfortune.
It was not long before I was clanking about in shackles. Another officer had reported me. I was charged with lèse-majesté. The court-martial took but a quarter of an hour to deliver verdict and sentence. I was guilty of treason, and the noose awaited me. But Reginald first stayed the execution, then ordered that I repeat every word I'd uttered about his person or deeds. Soaked with sweat, my voice cracking, I did as he ordained. Reginald listened, raptly and silently, and when I'd finished, he declared I was right. He then appointed me his personal aide. A clever lad like you, I can always use at my side.
Indeed. Though hardly sharp himself, wisdom in others Reginald both recognized and heeded.
It was then I swore two things. Firstly, never again to wag my tongue like a fool. Secondly, never to betray his trust.
And you never did. Know what he told me moments before he passed? Trust none of them, Meve. Save Reynard. The old sod was right about that, at least. I thank you for sharing that tale, Reynard. Truly. It's time I attended to other matters.
Can I talk with this guy? Grey Rider. Oh. Okay, that's just statistics. On this current map. So there's 10 golden chests to be found on this map. And that's all I know. Cool. Alright. I'm still glad this is fully voice acted. I love it when games are. Well, mostly fully voice acted. So, number of trinkets we can equip? Okay, can't upgrade that at all. Unit creation, army building. Scouts to mark location of treasure and resources on your regional map. Ooh, that's real good. Training grounds. Gain gold from every battle won. Yes. Oh, but we need training grounds level 1. Wait, we have that. None of resources. What the? Oh. No, what? Oh, I see. So we don't have training grounds 1 because we're too poor. Okay, gain 1 recruit after every battle won. So we want to get these first because they seem like they're the most handy. Create new support units at the tent. Movement speed on the map. So some of these are pretty good, but I want to get the training grounds up because if we can get extra money and recruits after every battle won, that'll solve all resource scarcity issues immediately. Okay, you can open your map by selecting the compass rose icon on the side of the screen. So this. I like that map. Primary task is marked with an exclamation mark. To see what awaits you next, scroll through the map. So over here. This is the other reason why I've never ever finished any Witcher games. They're big and long. This might actually be the first. And potentially only. We'll have to see how this goes. Okay, so we're looking for goods. We're looking for things to interact with.
What I pay taxes for? To be robbed along the high road, and in broad daylight, no less. Were it not for mandatory merchant routes and stacking rights, why, I'd have gone round, through Sodden. They told me. Lyria's a wild land, lawless, chaotic, a damn disgrace. They told me. Lyria's a wild land, lawless, chaotic, a damn disgrace.
Okay, your army's morale can change. Neutral morale has no effect on your cards, whereas low morale lowers each unit's strength by 1 point, high morale increases by 1 point. Army's current morale is displayed in icon upper left corner of the screen. Changes in morale depend on your choices throughout the game. To increase it, make an offering at a wayside shrine, but remember, after victorious battles, morale returns to neutral. You must always keep an eye on it. So we are normal. How much is it for the offering? Oh, I see. Just... we don't actually... the offering is nothing. We just say stuff.
Whatever is this filth?
Necrophages. Drawn here by blood scent.
For such vile monstrosities to prowl the high roads of my realm. I won't allow it. Attack!
Okay. Who were these travelers whose bodies now litter the roadside? They had the look of pilgrims who had found misfortune after crossing the path with the strays of Swalla. The bandits had slit their throats, leaving the bodies to rot under the sun. They'd likely have known the stench would attract the attention of flesh-hungry scavengers, thus exposing the next passerby to a horrific death. Clearly, this realization hadn't bothered them in the slightest. A trophy is a unique card, and you can only have one in your deck at a time. A trophy will automatically appear in the battlefield at the beginning of the match.
Fog in broad daylight, with the heat positively sweltering. Have we to do with some manner of sorcery?
We shouldn't exclude the possibility, my lord. And great caution we must exercise.
Your rows are now covered in fog, which is just one of several row effects you will encounter. Row effects affect all cards on a given row and can have either positive or negative consequences. Later on, you will be able to gain access to cards that allow you to add similar row effects. Okay, so we've got...
David, what is this? Some spectre? A strigger?
I can't be sure, Your Grace. It's the first I've seen of any such... thing.
Okay, so we got the Scytheman, the Arbalist. Now, Death Wish. Trigger the ability when moved from the battlefield to the graveyard. Note, units that are banished are not sent to the graveyard. Summon... okay. Not considered to have been played. Oh, I see. Got it. Let's bring out the Scytheman as we do.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Okay, and we want to immediately... Okay, so we want to immediately use her ability so it's off cooldown by the next round.
Carrion eaters. I know them. Appeared on my estate last spring, enticed by the corpses of those of my sheep that fell. Harmless at first, until, that is, they fill their guts. Seemed to become quite powerful then.
Use Fortitude Tonic to boost the strength of one of your units. There's one hell of a Scythe Man. There's one beefy Scythe Man.
Fearsome they look, true. But they bleed just as we do. Onward! Slay the filth!
Okay, so what are these? I don't understand what all of these icons mean. I assume these are total point... these are... Oh, I see. It's row. So that's first row, second row. I don't know what the third crown is, though.
Arbalist at your command.
Okay. Oh. Oh, range 2. So we can kill the ghoul. Probably shouldn't have killed the ghoul. Maybe? Probably shouldn't have. So this is my graveyard. What's in there? Oh, okay. Got it.
Ah, so fortunate we routed the beasts before they had a chance to gorge.
Okay, so their graveyard grows every round. So that makes them more dangerous. Okay. Trophy will stay on the battlefield between rounds because it has the resilience ability. Okay, let's take a look at this. Permanent resilience. Status that allows card to remain on board at round end. Restores its base power if boosted. Ooh. Okay, cooldown. So, whenever Meve uses her ability, reduce her cooldown by 1. That's pretty swank. I like that. Alright, let's check the Scytheman out. Okay, so this token means victory points. Gotcha. And can we boost him?
Your Grace, yet more come.
They fill their bellies, ma'am. This doesn't bode well. Oh no, not well at all.
Armor wants.
Yeah, so we can kill the ghouls.
Curses. Strong as steers they've grown. And they show no fear.
Frenzied, my lady. It's bloodlust. They lose all instinct to survive, feel no pain whatever. I've witnessed this before.
Your Majesty, we must give ground. Fall back. We can't win. Must minimize our losses.
Just like Meve, each leader has a unique ability. Using its ability, the leader destroyed your strongest unit and threw it into his necrophages' feet, which has made them much stronger.
My queen, there is no shame in ceding the field when fortunes turn sour.
If a round isn't going your way, it might be best to pass your turn and save your strength for the next round. Remember, you can pass only at the beginning of your turn. before you've played any cards or used any abilities. Oh, so I can keep this for the next round. I was like, I'll be fine, but no, that leader ability sucks. Hey, we got Renardodo. Remember, losing one round does not mean defeat. To win the battle, you must get 2 victory points.
Now. We shall not retreat. Arms at the ready. Attack! Look there. Yet another abomination.
Oh, that stench. My salts. Where are my salts?
To successfully command your army, you should understand the synergies that exist between your cards. To get things started, put the Wagenberg on the melee row. Ability of this card becomes more powerful with each additional unit that is played on the same row after it. So let's take a look at it. Order. Damage all units on an enemy row by this unit's armor amount. Then lose all armor. Whenever a card appears on this row, gain 1 armor. Cards that have the Order ability can be activated manually at any time you choose during your turn, but only after enough time has passed since placing it on the battlefield. The icon at the bottom of the card will indicate when the ability is available for use. During your turn, you can activate any number of cards that have the Order ability. Most can only be used once, but the Order ability of some cards can be activated multiple times in a battle. Okay, so what's this guy? Deploy. 1 charge to all units with the depleted Order. Oh, so the number of times it can be used. Okay. But that won't actually... So, Reynardodo is absolutely amazing, but not yet. Let's see. So let's... What's this? Why is her ability still on cooldown? I have no idea. Alright, so Rotfiend. Whenever another unit is destroyed. Alright, so we wanna... Oh, I've got to end my turn. Okay, Alghoul. Unit in any graveyard to boost its power. Okay, now let's... Arbalist. Alright, I'm gonna shoot the Rotfiend. Use the Wagenberg's ability. No, I don't want to use the Wagenberg. No, get that out of there. I don't want to use it. It's wasteful. Stupid tutorial not optimizing for things. I have 2 Arbalists. I have a bunch of guys. Let's use it. Okay, Reynard's ability allows you to reactivate units whose... Yes, I'm aware. Play him in the melee row.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
Okay, now it can be used again. Use its ability. No, I've got another Arbalist! You... Ah! Stupid suboptimal strategies. Okay, your opponent has run out of cards. You have a sizable advantage. Your victory is assured, so you can either pass your turn, play out your glorious triumph to the very end. Kill the Rotfiend. And guess what? Wasted a Wagenberg charge. Stupid tutorial.
The beasts hadn't a chance against us. Victory is ours.
I hit the wrong row. I actually forgot that it would hit a whole row. I thought it was just a single unit. Not that it matters too much. I was too grumpy about it taking away my ability to actually control things. I wasn't exactly paying attention, but it was also like a scripted tutorial. My beloved, please write as soon as you reach the temple. I know only 2 weeks have passed, but my heart weighs heavily with thoughts of you. Our home feels empty without you. I hope our offering, though modest, will please the Mother Goddess. With her blessing, we shall have a child at long last. I've no doubt you'll make as loving a father as husband. Please remain vigilant and return to me soon. Forever yours, Wilk. Well,